partnership with many organizations, but in particularly in North Teso and West Teso, we work with World Renew. World Renew is an American organization from the Reformed churches of the United States. But we work together to build the communities, to help the communities largely in 4 or 5 areas. And this is why we were visiting to boost the income of the farmers, to help them find skill so that they have food, because we work on food security. And when you have food in the communities, then the communities can be settled. But we also want them to think a little bit more by ensuring that they are doing agro-business, so that it's not just merely cooking, having food security, but to have more so that they can sell and be able to make money. So that's what we did in North Teso in Wila. We were excited about things we saw. Some of the farmers that have used their food produce, the work they do, to be able to put money aside. They have loan schemes where they loan finances to one another through their groups, and that has helped them to borrow money. And the blessing we have seen is that most of the communities we saw, they put up their own better houses, moving away from a grass-thatched house to a iron sheet house. I think that's really, it restored dignity, because that's quality number one PAG wants to put on people. Restore dignity, respect, moral life, because when you have something, you get back your dignity. That's the same thing that today we've seen here in Abepuli, in Kaberemaido, West Teso, which we have visited a number of homes where people have achieved more because of education we give. So we do training of people, facilitating them in knowledge to know how to do their farming well, but also to know how to manage businesses that they do very well. We encourage them in resource banking, what we call table banking. They put money together in groups, lend to one another, pay back with not much interest, so that they are able to support one another and take children to school. Every place we have gone, we have seen the increase of children that have gone to school because parents are able to meet the needs, uniform, books, and many other things. And I'm grateful to government that has provided free education for all our children, but still the parents have to put in fees, food, a few other things that they need, and the parents have done that so excellently. So that for us restores our pillar number one, dignity. Pillar number two is godliness. This place, Abepuli, where we're talking, about 2008, we started working here in Abepuli from a project that we call the Stepping Stone. This place in Teso, the whole of Teso, the HIV prevalence was very high here in this place. Today, even the support that was given to us by many NGOs, they pulled out because they have done the tests, and totally the HIV/AIDS here has reduced completely. One of the highlights that we've done and seen here is seeing the moral value rise up. Women beginning to respect their own bodies, men respecting their bodies, treating each other with dignity and respect. So that's been a success by restoring godliness. Because without godliness, we cannot do much. So that's our pillar number two. And we've seen that here. Here in Abepuli, we've also built up a team of leaders who have done so well in advocacy. They've been carrying advocacy of road maintenance, advocacy on schools, advocacy working with civil leaders, advocacy on health, advocacy on many things, and they have done very excellent work. Soon, there is going to be a ferry just a few kilometers from here, and coming from Bukungu down into Akampala. And who did that? Part of our team was part of that which did the negotiations and discussions and advocacy, motivating that the ferry be brought here. And we are so grateful today. We visited the site and we are excited about that. Thank the government of Uganda for offering service transport to Kaberemaido, through to Dokolo and many other places. Will now become simple when that ferry becomes. The income of the people of Kaberemaido and Dokolo, Amolatar, all of these places, Lira, will quickly surge up because there's going to be a water means here where business will be done through Bukungu, connecting Busoga, Buganda, and connecting it with the north. That's a great achievement. So that's what we want. Now, our pillar number 3, which we want to see happen among these, is to encourage the people to be resilient. Resilient. People will be strong, courageous, making sound decisions, because that's what we want. Resilient people will start something and will move up with that thing and will not drop on anywhere along the way. So that's what we do together with World Renew. Our last thing is self-reliance. Self-reliance is what we want to see. Instead of begging, our desire is in the years to come, the North will not be a beggar in any society. We want to eradicate begging because we will send people back to hard work and make decisions that are sound, and there will be self-reliance. I'm so glad, I'm so proud that our investment over from the last 14 or 15 years has now borne fruit. And I return back to my office with great joy and coming back to visit these communities and seeing the children, number of thousands of children that have been pushed to school through our advocacy in the communities, supporting the president's goal and desire for free education. So we feel we have achieved that, and we've been part of.
Dr. Raymond Mutaba. I work as the country director for Renew Uganda. The reason that we're here today is making just a follow-up visit to see what one of our partners, the Pentecostal Assemblies of God Church, has been doing. We have worked with them for many years. They normally implement projects on our behalf. We look for resources, they identify needs at the community level, and then the resources that we raise, they use those resources to meet the needs in the community. This time round, we had come with the presiding bishop, and we just wanted to come and see what are some of the things that are happening. We visited community members who have been part of the programs that we have implemented, and we have heard their stories on how their lives have been changed, how they are in a position now to provide for their families, how food secure they are. Because when we started programming in these communities, there were communities that were insecure in terms of food security. But today, when they talk, they are secure. They can take the children to school. We have seen structures that they have built, improved houses. Where we are now, we are looking at one of the places where they have installed a solar dryer, and they have machines to chip and create cassava that they're now drying, and when they package it, it's good quality flour, and therefore they can fetch more money. Communities can fetch more money. Members of the community or the groups that are growing the cassava can fetch more money because they're adding value to what they're producing. So we're just happy with what we are seeing. We are seeing communities that have been transformed, and what we can say is that yes, communities can change. In Uganda, the potential is there for any community to become food secure, for any community to have increased levels of livelihoods, increased amounts of income. And also this creates a lot of harmony because they work as groups. The VSLs, the cluster level associations, they work as groups on behalf of the communities. The cluster level associations are in a position to lobby for some of the things that may be there for the communities. And that's something that we are really thrilled as World Renew, and also the Pentecostal Assemblies of God Church, to see happen, that these communities can stand on their feet. And because of that, we have heard stories that other organizations, other international bodies want to work with them. So it's beautiful just to see what is happening. As Wow Renew, we are really grateful. Wow Renew is a Christian organization. We come from the Christian Reformed Church in North America. So this is the church working with the church in North America working with the church in Uganda and serving communities. The bottom line is we are serving people, and we serve God through serving people. So as we serve them, One Renewal Christian Organization and the PAG as a church in Uganda, we are serving Christ, we are serving God. And once we see the hope that is there in the communities, once we see the transformation that is there in the communities, we just know that what the Lord has sent us to do has been achieved. So this is testimony. What you have seen here, this is a testimony that communities can change, communities can get to a point where they can start thriving. And at this time, actually, our conversation is what next? Because they are at a point where we provided resources for them to set up these units. But what next? You know, they need to do more than what they have. And we know the potential is there. The people who are here, some of them who have not even gone to school, but the things that they are doing, you know, are great things. So we are really grateful for the communities themselves, because you can go to a community and they don't take up the trainings that have been taken or given to them. Many times when we talk to them as Wow Renew, a question that we normally pose to them is that now that we have been with you for this period of time, if we pull out, if we go away, will you continue doing what you are doing? And all the times the answer that comes is, we will continue. Because when you came, you did not give us handouts, but you gave us knowledge. And the knowledge that we have now, we can continue using it. So that is the focus with us as Wow Renew and the church, to provide the knowledge that the communities need, that the households need. And we know once we provide that knowledge, then even if we come back 10 years after now, they will still be thriving, they will still be going on because of the knowledge that was provided. So we are grateful, and we are saying thank you so much for everything. We are happy, and the things that are happening, God is glorified. Thank you so much. You're right.
Yeah, well, the reason why we gave the machines to this community is that we did assessment here and discovered that there was a lot of losses that the farmers were realizing from their crops. When they harvest, when you've not added value to it, they get a very little amount of money. So we looked at the government programs. Government currently focuses on adding value to our products for farmers to benefit better. And that's the reason why we introduced the issue of value addition, so that farmers get better and a higher amount of income from their produce.
I'm called Moses Orute, a born-again Christian serving God in Pentecostal Assemblies of God. I'm very happy for what God has done for me through PAG. So I have been involved in the teaching of farming as a family business. So I've been utilizing my strengths and uniting my family members to join me in this fight. So the achievement we have got, we have been involved in agriculture and keeping the animals. So the benefit we have got, we have managed to raise our children. We have managed to, the two has finished the certificate, one in catering level 1, one in agric. So the two are still in for their education. One is in nursing school, and one is doing the ECD. She's in Makerere branch in Kampala. Me is my wife, who has been joining me in this struggle. We plan together we budget together, we share all our programs, we discuss we involve our families, children, in the planning and in the budgeting and in the implementation. We all participated in each activity that takes place in this family. So I'm very happy. God has been so good for us. God has been doing wonders, and we are still also healthy. We are together in this fight. I call each and every one, all the families, to abide by the God's principle, so that we can embrace the achievement which God can bring other foreigners to teach us, because this knowledge we got from other foreigners that has taught us that. So we started with only 5 goats, but now, right now we have 18 goats or 15 cows. We have been also keeping we are also been keeping poultry, but we did not achieve that well. Certain diseases come and kill, and we are remaining with only 3 now.
Sorry? Elweo Michael, and I'm the chairperson of Ongongoja United Cluster Level Association. And that cluster level association, it's an umbrella organization for VSLS. And we have...
What is VSLA?
VSLA is Village Savings and Loaning Associations. It's people who save at least for 12 months and then they divide the money. And CLA is now coordinating the activities of these small VSLS. Our role as a CLA is to make sure that these organizations, small organizations, we are the voice of these small organizations. And we lobby for them, we advocate for them, and we also solve the issues they have in their small organizations. For an example, this group here, we lobbied for them from the government programs, and they benefited from those government programs. And also, we have 10 PSLS that's under one CLA. And that CLA is based in Akomotukoi as a parish, but this one is our near parish to Akomotukoi. And we have 220 members on this VS.